Hey everybody, it's Greg, and it's Tuesday, August 15th, and it's another episode of Unbreakable Spirits. Thanks for tuning in. Couple things today. What's in the news? Well, first of all, I got to tell you what the days are today. Among other days, today is National Lemon Meringue Day, and lemon meringue pie. You know what? It's not one of my favorites. I'll be honest with you. It's a little, I don't know, sour to me, but it is. I mean, lemon meringue is good. You got the whipped cream on top. It's a good pie. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, some other pies are my favorite. But lemon meringue's good, and it's also National Relaxation Day, and that's a good thing. Uh, to be able to relax, stress free, uh, try to limit your stress as much as you can. Stress is a killer. I know it's hard to do, but you got to take some time to relax, right? So, what else is going on in the news today? The lighter news. Well, this may not be as lighter, but I'm sure you've heard of this, what's going on today. How about that movie, the movie The Blind Side? They're having problems there. The apparently Michael Ober, who is the used to play right tackle for the Baltimore Ravens. The movie 2009 movie was based on his life, and make a long story short, Michael Ober was a homeless kid, 16 years old, 17 years old. Uh, and he was thought he was adopted by this wealthy family that took him in, found out that he did have a home, he did have a family, uh, took him in. He thought he was adopted. Uh, he thought that the people who he was living with loved him enough that they adopted him. He signed some papers back in the day. Um, but to make a long story short, what happened was uh, he's suing his parents because it turned out he wasn't adopted. They had him sign papers so they could become his conservators, which is way different. That means that they could make legal business decisions on his behalf. And what happened was, they wrote a book about this. Hi, bud. There he is, the old guy. They wrote a book about this relationship, which they turned into a movie, which was a big movie. Do you remember this? Back in 2009, it was a big movie. Uh, it had great reviews, and it was very popular. It starred Sandra Bullock. Uh, was nominated for all kinds of awards. Uh, and it was a good movie. I only saw it one time. And I'm a football fan, but I didn't, rush out to see it or anything. I waited till it came on cable and I watched it. And it was a good movie. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite movie of all time or even favorite football movie. It was okay. Um, but it was very inspiring, you know. So it's sort of a letdown to hear now that this is going on. That it allegedly, this family may have duped him into signing these papers. It's sad, really, because it was such an uplifting story, an inspirational story about adoption and people caring about one another. And when Michael Ober became a Raven, you know, he took care of the family. It's just really sad that it's come to this. And I think it's more than money. I mean, I know that's what Ober is suing for, money, because apparently he didn't make what he thought he should have made. out of this movie and the book and everything. But I think it's more than money. It's uh, it's honesty, it's loyalty, it's I mean, to, to say you're going to adopt this guy, this kid, this young man, and you don't really adopt him. You become his conservator. It's just not right. So let's hope that they work that out. You know, I know money has a way of changing people, and it's a shame that it happens. But I think it's way more than money. I think it's just uh, if the family was deceiving him, and that's not right. So, but what are you going to do now? I mean, the movie's been out 14 years, and it's made money not only from showing in the theaters, but on like cable and DVDs. Uh, it's just I don't know. We'll see what they're going to do. You know. So that's in the news, and I was just thinking about a couple other things. Does anybody out there play Wordle? I do. I admit I play Wordle and I'm addicted. I love it. I know a few of my friends on Twitter or X or whatever the hell they're calling it now. Play Wordle. Um, it's really fun. In case you don't know what Wordle is, it's a word game where they give you like the New York Times bought it now from this guy who made up the game a few years ago for his daughter, and you have to find the word and so many guesses, and it's just a lot of fun. What's really cool about it is that it's one word a day. If you only play one time a day, you can come back to the game, but from midnight to midnight, that's when you play. And so it's perfect because if you could play this all day, I'd play it all day. I mean, that's how addicting it is. But it's one word a day, and you have to play. If you don't play, you lose your streak, whatever you're up to. My all-time streak is 36 days in a row that I've guessed the word. Uh, and I had a streak of 34 recently, and I lost it. But I know Holly is her streak had got up to 80 recently, so it's pretty cool. It's what I like about the game is this. It's more of a social thing. We need things like that in life uh, as a diversion. We need our crossword puzzles. We need our search word find. We need things like that because life can be a pain in the ass. It could be stressful, and with work and everything going on in the world, right? So we need things like that. What's cool about it is two things. Everybody keeps the code secret. When the game first started, uh, there were some, wise guys on social media who would give out the word. And conceivably, you could cheat. You could look at there are sites out there that you could go and find the word. But that's no fun. I mean, come on. If you're going to cheat, why even play the game, right? It's just a game. So, but for the most part, people are very, very secretive about the word. They won't, if they solve the daily puzzle, they won't give it out to anybody during the day until they know that they've played the game or the day is over. And it's like that. It's kind of cool all around the world. There's this one word going all around the world. Famous people play it. I can imagine like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, in between movies or something, is there playing Wordle? Hey, Adrian, I got it. Hey, uh, you know, just think about it, right? People in different countries. I know there's a guy on social media that I've seen on Twitter. I think he's from Scotland or Ireland, who plays the game all the time. And what people do is sometimes post their results on there. I know I do. I guess that's kind of weird. People may say it's nerdy. I'm far from a nerd. But it, I don't know. People did it from the beginnings. It's kind of slacking off now, and you get criticisms from other people saying, "Why are you posting it?" It's none of their business. You do what you want to do. Um, but whether you post it or not is irregardless. What I like about it too is not only is the word secret all around the world, um, but what's cool is that people talk about this game uh, during the day. Now they don't give away the answers, like I said. That's sort of an unwritten code among anyone who plays Wordle, that you don't give the answer away. Um, what I mean is, like, you're sitting in a doctor's office and you're in the waiting room and somebody's looking at their phone and they said, "Oh, I got the Wordle today," and you're sitting there saying, "Yeah, I play Wordle too." And wasn't that a tough word today? Oh, I could, really, really tough. I couldn't believe the X was where it was or whatever. So um, it's sort of a conversation thing. Uh, I know I've heard people talk about it on the phone. People talk about it in the car. People talk about it just meeting each other over dinner. Did you get the Wordle today? Did you play the Wordle today? So I think it's kind of cool. Whether you play it or not, it like I said, we need things like that to brighten up our day. Whether you win or lose, you need some diversionary fun, right? To get away from all the stuff that's happening in the world. So that's kind of fun. Um, Last thing I wanted to mention was how I love the Beatles. The Beatles are like my favorite music group of all time. And the Beatles just more than music, they influenced our lives in so many ways. And it's cool to see that the new generations of fans are discovering the Beatles and their music. And I think it's something that'll go on and on and on. Well, one aspect about Beatle life, Beatledom, is you remember the album cover, Abbey Road. Abbey Road was a great record. And the album cover of the four Beatles walking across a crosswalk walk at Abbey Road, walking across the street. And it became an iconic album cover, maybe the most famous album cover of all time, you know. Um, and it's kind of cool because the actual Abbey Road, of course, exists. It's where Abbey Road Studios, the music studio, is on, and the crosswalk walk is there, and this has become a famous tourist attraction over the years. It's grown in popularity. People go to London to see Big Ben and Buckingham Palace, and they stop by the crosswalk, the Abbey Road crosswalk, and do the crosswalk there, walk across like one of the Beatles. What's fun about it is uh, the people walk across and they stop in the middle of the road and they're doing the posing, like with the hands up, like the Beatles are crossing. And there's somebody else who jumps in the middle of the road and takes a picture, and then they all run across. And these cars that are going down Abbey Road, they're used to this. They stop and they wait for these people to get out of the road, and then they continue on. And this just goes on and on and on all day. Uh, and I would say, yes, the majority of the people who are doing this are Beatle fans and want to experience this and just say, I was there. Like I have a friend, Steve Trevelise, the great radio DJ, who I love. He's a good friend. He was there. He's a big, huge Beatle fan, and he was there. He was there. He did the walk across Abbey Road. In fact, he took a tour of Abbey Road Studios. he saw the studios where the Beatles used to record, and that's the dream of mine. Maybe someday I'll get over to London and I'll do the same thing, But what's really neat about it, the crosswalk, is it's so iconic. In fact, I have a shirt. I have a sweatshirt with the Beatles and crossing the street and everything. There's a thing called webcam, okay, where there are cameras set all over the world in different locations. Well, one location is Abbey Road, and I've downloaded webcam and I have it on my phone so that anytime I want to check in on the webcam and see the actual crosswalk, I could day or night. And what's fun about it is you go on there and it is literally all day. People are just doing that. Tourists, I would think regular Londoners are you could tell who the tourists are and who the commoners are, the people who live in London who don't give a damn anymore, who they just walk across the street like normal people, Whereas the tourists, they're stopping and having their pictures taken and everything. So that's kind of cool. London is 5 hours ahead of us here on the East Coast. So if I put on the webcam, I get it up on my phone there, and let's say it's 3 a.m. in London, and it's 10 p.m. here in Pennsylvania. Well, you could see what's going on over there. And sometimes even in the middle of the night, you might catch people there, no cars, no other crowd. It's like cold and windy over in London. And there's somebody there doing the strut and posing and going down across the street of Abbey Road. It's crazy. But chances are, if you want to do that, the best time to go is in the middle of the night because there's nobody there. You can take your time. You could just really saunter across Abbey Road, pretend you're one of the Beatles, maybe all four Beatles, and take your time and take the pictures. But it's very cool. So, I think about it this way. As I said, the Beatles have influenced my life as well as yours probably in so many different ways. But this is just another way that the Beatles have influenced life. I was reading about the actual photo shoot, and it only took like 10 minutes. They took like maybe 6 different photos, and they knew what the concept was. They wanted them just not standing in the street. They wanted them to actually walk across the street, but they took it in different poses and things like that. But 10 minutes, it was done. And you've got an iconic album cover. And that place is still so many years ago. I mean, we're talking, over 55 years ago? That place is still remembered as the place where the Beatles crossed the road. So that's kind of cool. So that passes on from generation to generation, just like their music. So, all right. Well, that's it for today. I'll be back again tomorrow with some stuff to talk about. Hopefully some more lighter news and odd things in the news. And we'll catch up tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you were safe with all those storms passing by last night. We were lucky here where I live. The storms went north of me, and I don't think we got anything really. So thankfully the weather people were wrong on this one. But I hope you guys stay safe and stay well and have a great day. And thanks for tuning in. And if you get a chance, hit subscribe or like or whatever's good there. I don't know how to do it. Just hit it, and you'll make sure to catch an episode every day and tell your family and friends. to tune in for 10, 15 minutes. What the hell? It's not going to kill you. So talk to you soon. Where did Bud go? Oh, there he is. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.